characters of yours ever surprise you by what they end up doing or not doing?
Yeah, so the question is, I have already confessed I don't know the end of my novels. Are there other things along the way with the characters that surprise me? I will confess my entire writing career has been a surprise. Like Detective Dee Dee Warren was supposed to be a one-off character 9 books ago. I was actually working with the Massachusetts State Police, and I killed off a good friend, to tell you the truth, in a parking garage. I even dismembered him, but I gave him hair, so he has always forgiven me for it. And it turned out when I was researching it, they said, well, that actually wouldn't be the state police. That would be a Boston cop jurisdiction. So just for a couple chapters, I needed a Boston cop. And I created Detective Dee Dee Warren, and I liked the idea of a very self-confident, very bold female cop that just lives for homicide and makes no apologies. And it struck such a chord with readers and with my editors, they asked me to bring her back. Flora Dane is the same. And look, for me, I ended up bringing her back. She was supposed to exist only for Find Her. But I've been doing a lot of work now with victim support groups because some of the trauma that Flora is going through is very real. When you've had your life so massively interrupted, and when she went from being a college student on a beach in Florida to not coming home for a year and a half, and not only the impact on her, but her entire family that a crime of that magnitude has. There's so much healing and growth for her still to do. And again, readers responded very powerfully to her story. Then my agent asked me, my editor asked me if I would consider her again. And for Look For Me, she made perfect sense. But Flora surprised me. She has a lot of secrets that start coming up in Look For Me. And in the next book, she comes back, and it's actually going to be a bigger surprise for me because I haven't worked this out. But the reason she's involved with this little shooting case is Detective Dee Dee Warren recognizes the woman who's doing the shooting because she's investigated her before for accidental shootings. But Flora recognizes the victim. He was an associate of her kidnapper, Jacob Ness. And now she's starting to wonder, she's had this whole thing of never looking backwards, but in fact, did she miss opportunities to solve other crimes? Does she have information on predators she doesn't even know? Are there other victims out there she should know about? These are all interesting questions, and if you know the answer, I'm going to be sitting in that table back there, and I would love to hear it. So yes, the questions are ongoing. Yes.
What was the name of your very first book?
My very first romantic suspense novel was called Walking After Midnight. It takes place in Portland, Oregon. It involves